Have you ever had a client or a team member that really needed to fill out information for your Smartsheet for your spreadsheet, but when they went in, it was too confusing for them, too cumbersome. They did a half-butt job well done. There's data missing everywhere, and then you're left with a mess. And now you got to reach out to the. It becomes this whole problem, right? Well, fear no more. Forms has come to the rescue. Forms is your best friend in Smartsheet. Forms does a couple things. One, it makes it very simple and brings so much clarity to who's ever filling out the form. Many people actually use it for clients and team members to have to fill out important Smartsheet data on their phone or on their tablet, let alone a computer, because forms make it so easy to give you the necessary data that you need for your spreadsheet. And two, forms are very easy to create. They're very easy to set up within your Smartsheet. You can even have multiple forms for the same spreadsheet. So today we're going to learn how to create forms professionally, how to create them so they bring clarity to who's ever filling it out, and how to create it so that you receive all the necessary data that you need for your company. All right, let's dive into these forms. Hey guys, welcome to Workflow My Workload. I am your guide, Justin Orazio, where I teach you how to automate your workload so that you have more time and energy to do what you want. It also helps you to be more marketable for a bigger promotion or that dream job you've always wanted. And most of all, I help you give you the confidence that you need when you're working in your spreadsheets, whether that's Smartsheet or whatever other platform you're using. And today we're going to do just that. I'm going to show you how to create forms within your Smartsheet. And if you haven't yet already, I have a free PDF guide that covers the top 32 formulas that are used within Smartsheet. These formulas are game changers for you. And that guide is free. You can find it down in the bio below. Just click on it and it will be sent immediately to your inbox. All right, let's dive into these forms. All right, let's go ahead and create this form. The first place we're going to go to is the plus symbol right here on our ribbon on the left. And you can actually create a form right here in the purple, but you can also do it from the sheet. And I'm going to show you how to do that, just so you know that you can build a form off any sheet that you have. So let's go ahead and click on the sheet here. We'll say sample form. Click OK. And as always, we have our standard spreadsheet here. And maybe you've seen this before, maybe you haven't, but your forms can actually be activated right here at the top left where it says form. So we're going to click into it. We're going to click create form. I'm going to bring us into here. Now, before we start building out our form, a couple things that I want you guys to keep in mind is each question, column 2, 3, and 4, these are actually the columns within the sheet. So primary column, column 2, column 3, column 4, these are all the different questions that we're going to be putting in the form. They're literally, go back here, they're literally these columns right here. So we can do one of two things. We can fill out our questions here, or we can fill it out in the form view. And I highly recommend doing it in the form view. So let's go back to create form. Just wanted to give you guys, keep that in mind. Again, these are the names of the columns. And before we get into building out the form, let's make this aesthetically pleasing. So it gives you by default the Smartsheet logo in this dark blue color. So let's change this up a bit. We're going to do this by going over to the top left here where it says format background, little paint bucket. We're going to click on that. Now you can change the color to whatever color you want. You can put in the hex code of your branding color if you want it just to be one basic color. But what I like to do, if I can, is I actually like to put in an image. So let's do an image. Click browse. And I got one created already for us that I got from Canva. We'll click apply. Let it do its thing for a little bit here. And then I'm actually going to go into settings, and to do that you're going to go to the top middle here. So right now we're under forms. Now let's click on form settings, and here you get the three options of how you want the form to be viewed. So instead of the picture being in the background, I want the picture on the left and the form on the right. So I'm going to click this option right here. And then down below you have different security things you can fill out, which I won't get into too much detail. Pretty self-explanatory. You can change up that after the form has been submitted, you can display a message, you can have the form reload, or you can send them to a link. Maybe it's your website or even a different form. But I'm going to leave it at default. Success, we've captured a response. Again, this is after they fill out the form. This is what they see next. And the submissions, most people like the submissions of their form to appear at the very bottom of their spreadsheet. So if you have 10 submissions or multiple submissions going through, someone fills out your form and then all their answers automatically get put onto your spreadsheet. You want those answers to appear at the very bottom. You're going to click here. But if you always want the answers to be at the very top of the spreadsheet, you're going to choose this guy instead. But again, I'm going to leave it at the default and have it appear at the very bottom of my spreadsheet. Then the last thing here is you can allow or not allow the person to receive their own responses that they submitted in the form. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to click save. I'm going to click on form at the top middle here. Go back to my form. And I want to make this a little aesthetically pleasing. Let's say this is a coffee shop, and I just want to get a quick survey from my clients. So I'm going to go ahead and first thing that you're going to see is this. I'm going to go ahead and change this up. I'm going to say survey. We'll go ahead and make it white. Change the font here. Actually, let's do a burgundy and see that a little better. There we go. Coffee shop survey. And then let's go ahead and put a little description here. Thank you. And if you're not sure how it's looking, you can always preview it. Make that bold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click save, and I'm going to go ahead and open the form just so I can see how it looks. I'm going to preview it. Thank you so much for filling out the survey. Check out our website. And that's how it's looking so far on the left, and we're going to start working on the data on the right. So let's go ahead and close this. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a website link. So what's cool is you can go ahead and put in any link, any URL link, you can drop it right in here. So I'm going to come up with a fake one here. Let's do the old Google, just so I can show you as an example. So what you're going to do is you're going to highlight the verbiage. Maybe I just want the whole sentence. Maybe I just want the word. Let's just do the word. I'm going to, after I've highlighted it, I'm going to click on this little keychain link here. I'm going to go ahead and paste the URL I just copied. Click save. And click save again up here. Now when I open up the form and I'm filling it out and I see this here, I can click on this and it takes me right to the URL that I put in there. All right, let's close this out. And I don't like the font there. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to change that up a little bit. So maybe I want this to be black. Let's see how that looks. Looks a little better. Just a little cut off, but we'll leave it as that. All right. So now let's start filling out the form. And instead of just going right into the questions here, you can actually put in headers and dividers. So I'm going to say, top one here, I'm going to put in your information. And again, I can put a smaller description right here with the website if I wanted to. So the primary column, you're always going to have, just like your spreadsheet, you have to have at least a primary column. So I'm going to go ahead and, this is the most important column. I'm going to go ahead and maybe this will just be the name of the person filling out the survey that the coffee shop is sending out. So I'm a coffee shop, and I just want a simple survey to send out to all my customers. So the first question will be the person's name. So primary column is the name of the column, and I'm going to go ahead and change the naming convention from primary column to just name. And this is how it's going to, this is how the column name is going to appear in my spreadsheet. I just want name. But name may be a little confusing to the person filling out the sheet. So watch this. The column name is going to be just name, but what the person's going to actually see in the form is different. And that's where you choose it right here in label. I'm going to say, what is your name? Now see, the column name is still name, but what the person is going to see on the form is what is your name. So I'll go and click save, open up the form. Let's make a little more sense. So all they see is what is your name, and they put it in. But when they go to when I look at my spreadsheet, it's just going to say name at the column, because I already know what this sheet is going to be. I know it's going to be the person's name, a log of all the different customers. I don't need it to be a question. I just need it to be the name. That makes sense? All right, let's go back in. This time I'm going to click Manage Forms. Click on this form here. Say phone number. And what's cool is by default puts in the column name. What's cool is I can force it to where they have to put in a phone number, not some gibberish. So here at the label, I'm going to say and then I'm going to go down here. It says phone. And I'm in America, so I'm going to leave it at that. And what it's going to do, it's going to verify that it's an actual phone number that they're putting in. So if they put in gibberish, it won't let them submit it. It'll say, hey, you didn't fill this out right. I'll give you an example here. So I'll click Open Form. Say, what is your name? My name is Justin. What is your phone number? Maybe I'll do, see, it won't let me do any letters. I can only put in numbers. All right. What is your phone number? Maybe what is your email address? So this one, column 3, we're just going to call email. That's the name of the column in the spreadsheet. But for the form, I want it to look more pleasing. I'm going to say, what is your email? Hopefully you're starting to get the idea of this form here. Be a little salesy here. What is the best email for you? All right, then we'll put in a divider here, a little more aesthetically pleasing. I'll click here. I'm going to say, I'll do like a 1. What did you enjoy the most about our coffee shop? And right here, I'm just going to call it, because it's a 1, just question 1. Maybe even just Q1. Q1, that's the name of the column. Maybe question 2, I'll do, how can we improve your experience with us? Go up to that column and do Q2 for question 2. Now I'll put something here like 3. We'll say, what coffee drink is your favorite? Q3. And then if I want to add more fields, just going to go over here to the left. And it's literally endless. You can have up to 200, or excuse me, up to 400 columns or questions. So it's quite a bit. I'm going to click New Field, and I get all the columns that we're all used to. And maybe I want to do a date. So I'm going to choose date. I can name the column right here. Date, date, customer visited. So you can click and drag it wherever you want to put it. And if you just double click on it, it will by default put it at the bottom of the form. There we go. So I don't want the customer to see date customer visited. It's very robotic. I'm going to change the label here and say, what day did you visit us? All right. And maybe they can upload a photo. So I'm going to click File, Upload. They can upload documents, videos, photos, whatever you'd like. And I'm going to go ahead and call this, please upload a pic of your favorite coffee drink. And again, with all these questions, you can go ahead and add hyperlinks. You can change the formatting on this. So let's go and change the format. Maybe we want leave that black. Maybe we want these to be like a burgundy, huh? Let's check it out. We can do, let's see here. Maybe we'll do a help desk here. Please check us out at our website. Instagram, Facebook. And right here, you can do the whole trick. You can make these burgundy if you want. Purple. And let's leave it black. You can put in the websites here. So let's put that in there. Paste in our links. There we go. I've got all our links in there. All right. And the next thing you can do is you can actually use logic. So I'll explain what that means in just a second here. We can do maybe what coffee drink is your favorite. So we'll go back to here, and instead of doing a text, let's do a drop down. Let's make this a drop down. We'll just do ice, coffee, mocha, and then we'll do caramel. Obviously, there'll be a lot more selections, but I'm going to keep it simple. All right, click OK. And then I'm going to leave that there for now. And our three options were iced coffee, mocha coffee, and caramel coffee. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to do here the new field. I'm going to say iced coffee. Get a text, click OK. Put it right here. And I'll say, do a drop down for this iced coffee. Another drop down. We're going to say caramel iced coffee, mocha iced coffee. Leave it those two. And what we're going to do is, let me do this 2 more times. Look at my options here again. Already forgot. Mocha coffee and caramel coffee. Next one will be mocha coffee. drop down. Dark mocha coffee. Milk mocha coffee. Maybe we want to do Kokomo mocha coffee. All right, we'll bring this right here. And then we'll do our last one here, caramel coffee. Do a drop down again for this. Caramel swirl coffee and caramel truffle coffee. Or turtle. That truffle would be weird. We'll do turtle. If I can spell turtle. Caramel turtle coffee. All right, got enough there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use logic that when on question number 3, when they choose it, based on the answer they choose, so say iced coffee, then only iced coffee appears. I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to click on this question right here, this column, what coffee drink is your favorite? We're then going to go over here where it says logic, and click here. I'm going to click add logic. I'm going to say when question 3, when what coffee drink is your favorite is one of these options, so let's say iced, then I want the following field or fields to appear. So when iced coffee is chosen for question 3, then I want the iced coffee question, this one right here, to appear. Click add. Now we're going to do it again, this time for mocha coffee. So we're going to click add rule. When question 3, remember up here, when question 3, what coffee is your favorite drink, or coffee is your favorite, when their selection is mocha this time, then I want this mocha question to appear. Mocha coffee. Click add. Do this one more time, add rule. When question number 3 is clicked on and they choose caramel coffee, then I want the caramel question to appear. And again, these don't have to be drop downs. I just chose for them to be drop downs. Click add, and we'll click save. All right, so we open our form, and we're filling this out. When we get to here, see those 3 questions aren't here. The one for iced, mocha, and caramel do not appear here because I haven't chosen yet. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click iced coffee. When I click iced coffee, you're going to see that next iced coffee question appear right here. Click here, click iced coffee. Oh, there it is. Or maybe I chose mocha coffee. Mocha appears. Maybe I chose caramel. Caramel appears. And you can have it where it's multi-select, so if you choose multiple of these, then all 3 of them will show up. So that's a cool trick as well. That way it keeps your form with clarity, and it keeps it nice and tight and small so they don't feel overwhelmed with a bunch of questions. Even if you have a bunch of questions you want them to answer, it doesn't appear that way right away. All right, last thing I'm going to show you here for forms today, click back on field, is that you can make certain questions or columns required. So maybe I want, at the end of the day for the survey, what I'm really wanting is maybe their email for marketing. So I'm going to make this required, phone number required, and their name required. Just click on each one and choosing required. And you can even have hidden fields. Maybe I want a hidden field. So I'll say new field over here, and I'll say maybe it's the created date, date of submission, so that's in there, and they won't even know that it's in there. I can do this a different way. I can do a hidden field. Maybe I want to do status. It's a drop down, and haven't reached out reached out, declined. So maybe I'll have a status on my sheet where it's one of these three options, but for me to reach out to the client for each submission, but I don't want them to see this question in the form, but I do want it to appear in my spreadsheet. Well, I can have it hidden within the form. And on top of it having it hidden in the form, I can have haven't reached out as the default. So that I don't have to worry about I'll just throw it up here at the top. And what I'm going to do is it's highlighted here. I'm going to choose hidden. So I'm grayed out. And then I'm going to choose default value. Haven't reached out. That way, when somebody fills out this form and submits it, they don't even know this exists. And when they submit it, by default, the status is automatically set to haven't reached out. So click save. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to open the form. Let's take a look at our beautiful form here. Coffee shop survey. I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. What is your name? Justin. What is your phone number? And maybe I don't want to give you my email. Let's see what happens when I skip it. What did you enjoy most about the coffee shop? I like the environment. More coffee. What is your favorite coffee drink? I'll go with the mocha. And which mocha coffee drink did you like? I like the dark mocha. All right, what day did you visit us? Let's say it was the 6th of May. Upload some photos. No, I don't want to. I'm going to go and click submit. Uh-oh. I forgot to put in my email because has that red asterisk. I'm required. Let's put in my email. We'll do justin@gmail.com. Click submit. There we go. Success. We've captured your response. So I'm going to close it out. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to the sheet. So just know that when you fill out a form, like a sample, like you just did, we just did right now, and you don't see your answer, just go ahead and up here and click refresh your browser, and it will show up. There are all our answers right here. And see, it even has the columns housed for the ones I didn't choose, because it has to, because they still exist. And here's my status. Let's bring it to the front. And by default, it said haven't reached out yet. I didn't even have to put that in as a client. It automatically did that, or the customer. It automatically did that for me. And then what's cool is on the spreadsheet, I can add columns to the spreadsheet for my own use as the company that will not appear on the form. So maybe I'll highlight this like a light blue. And maybe I'll do another one. I'll say maybe I want like a symbol. So I'll do a symbol here. Maybe we'll call this health. And I can choose my health here. But if you notice, when I go back into my form, click manage form, that health is not here. Now it will appear here on the left if I want to drag it and drop it in my form, but right now it is not in my form. And I don't want it to be, because I just want to manage the spreadsheet with this in mind, along with the status. And one last thing, now that you have your form, or like, hey, Justin, how do I embed my form? Maybe into my website, maybe I want to send it by email, so on and so forth. Well, the way you do that is just click on your forms, go to manage forms, and instead of clicking on the form, you're going to hover your mouse over here and see this middle link right here. You're going to click on this keychain. It's going to copy the form URL. There you go. Now if I just go into a blank browser here, go to the old Google, click in the thing, I'm going to go ahead and paste the link I just copied, click enter. And there it is. There's my form. And that is how you create a form within Smartsheet. Hope this has been very helpful for you guys. And again, sign up for that free PDF. You just put in your email and I send it right to you right away of the top 32 formulas within Smartsheet. That will be a game changer for you. And again, I hope you enjoy this lesson and knowing how to create forms within your Smartsheet. All right, guys, as always, take care and God bless.